Hello, spooky people and Rona conscious people that like to wear masks. I've gotten comments in the past few years and questions about how I make my mask. So here's like a kind of tutorial on how I made this mask. This is a bit of like my crazier mask. I'm gonna try my best to show you how I made it. Stay tuned and share with your Rona cautious friends that are artsy and want to make their own. So if you want to support me and my art, I have my Depop linked or tip an artist link in my bio. So first I cut a piece of fabric. Kind of like creating my own bias tape. That's kind of like the measurement that I'm going for, but I just wing it whenever I make any mask chains or anything for myself. I just eyeball it. I'm ironing it out to kind of get in like the shape that I want, and then I start sewing the fabric. So I start off by choosing what I'm gonna put, the little heart I'm gonna put, and then I place the fabric like just the general way that I want it to maybe look on my mask. And I start pinning it on the face, the foam face. Also for the mask chain, like I would use a mask that you prefer to wear more often, and just just know that whatever mask you use for this, I would prefer to use like one that I'm okay ruining and poking holes at. So like use an extra mask that you're not gonna wear out when you're doing this. On this part of the video, I kind of start struggling because it got a little hard for me to like record and not have my phone be in the way of what I was trying to do. I think that's why I don't really do tutorials for things, but I'm like I should at least make one so people kind of get an idea of how you could do this stuff. For the side of the mask, I try not to worry about it until I'm like finished or almost finished with the mask. I kind of leave that towards the end. I do kind of pin everything going up because I assumed that I was gonna be able to like clip it to my mask. And obviously I got carried away and made something like a little too crazy, which is what I tend to do. I make something and I'm like, it could be cooler. I could add more. So like the way I'm pinning the fabric kind of like towards the top, I would do that, but like if I could do something different, I would pin extra fabric to the bottom so I could add elastic to the top and the bottom instead of what I do on this video, because I do kind of have to fix my mask or like add elastic to the side the way I have other masks. Okay, now I'm just kind of adding little strips of fabric, whichever way I feel like it looks cool and kind of like random. I live for these little freaking fabric clips. I don't know what their official name is, but I just call them little fabric clips. I wish I knew they existed a lot sooner. I didn't know they existed like until COVID started, so I'm like, it would have saved me a lot of time sewing different things. And I'm just pinning it all down and adding the clips until I'm like happy with the way I want to do the mask. I also sometimes add the pins to the fabric, like the fabric clips. So it's, just so it holds all the pieces together the way you want it to before you like attach anything officially. Okay, so my phone is gonna die unfortunately, but this is what it looks like all clipped together. It could come off. And in the sections that's holding the fabric together, I'm gonna add spikes or little studs and stuff to hold the fabric together. I'm not sure yet how I'm gonna make it stay on the mask, but that's like the last thing I'm worried about because there's all these pieces and straps of fabric that I'm trying to figure out. My phone's gonna die, so I won't be able to record everything, but this is the process. Alright, I added some of the little crystal rivets that I have and some spikes to kind of start holding some of the pieces together. I still don't get how to fully put on the crystal ones because I keep breaking them when I hammer them, so I've got some tricks to figure out for the future. Okay, this is what I have. I have a few rivets up here. and I've added a few spikes. I haven't fully screwed the spikes, and I also haven't hammered down the rivets. I'm just trying to put it together so it like stays together before I hammer stuff down and before I screw the spikes in more. Okay, here's a little progress. I hammered some stuff down. I can't figure out how to get these to like not break like the little gem ones, but who cares? It's still kind of getting there. I still need more rivets and a few more spikes to hold the fabric together. Yes. There. I still need more rivets there. I still need more rivets there. I still need more rivets. I still need more. I still need more. Okay, here's more progress. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cut some of this fabric out or if I want to leave it like that. It kind of looks cool, but I'd have to see how it looks on me. I just need to fix the sides a little bit more. Yeah. So I think I'm going to add some of these rings like into the fabric so I could add a clasp into them after. We'll see how that works. Okay, this is what I have so far. I feel like the ring shouldn't be that far back, but we'll see how that works. And this one's a little higher, but I kind of just winged it all. Y'all know? Okay, here it is finished. I got carried away. It is a little bit heavy. So if it was to feel like weird on the mask, I would use one of these. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of giving something, and I just remembered what it is. It's given. With the elastic, it's a lot better. My ears are small, so like you can see them folding a little. There's a different way that I like to do the elastic, where it's like on both masks, but with the hat and this tied around, everything feels really secured, and my glasses are not fogging up at all. So there's like no gap in my mask like this. Anyways, see ya. Okay, I just want to show you guys real quick how I do my heavier mask, right? They tend to have 2 rings, and then this is like looped around the ear, but I don't normally wear them around the ear. I use like one of these to hold like the back, so it's like not adding weight to my ear. There's also a few other ones that I recently ordered in hopes that it'll like, that I could try it to see if it's like better than that. This is what I mean, like that I add the loops on the side.